Yo, what's up? This Chief Shango. I'm a producer, owner of Scapegoatradio. You know the vibes with it, bitch. My childhood, I don't lie, I was just a little quiet kid for real. I wasn't really social. I was in like my own little world and shit growing up. I always had my head into like video games, comic books, kung fu movies all the time. I was kind of geeky as shit. God, I think about it. I was really kind of dorky growing up. And besides all like the hobbies and stuff, I was always into like rap music. That was my thing. But I wasn't even into just rap music for real. I was more into also like pop music. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I liked rock music. For somebody like me, it was cool because like it was all cool, badass type shit. Get your adrenaline pumping. You feel me? I ain't really had too many friends growing up. Now that I think about it, even now, like I still got like just two friends in the city I talk to this day, mainly two, maybe three for real, if we think about it. A geeky social reject in a sense, you feel me? Not too many people really fuck with me for real. That's how I could describe my childhood. Yeah, yeah, I was always a big fan of wrestling. I still am. Like that shit go hard. My favorite of all time, I think my top three right now is Rob Van Dam, Jeff Hardy, Triple H. That's my top three right now. My dad, like, he raised in the 80s and the 90s, so he was bumping a lot of like, Redman, Big Daddy Kane, all those classics, bro. Like Run DMC, Onyx, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, that type of shit. My older brother, he was bumping like the early 2000s shit, late 90s, early 2000s shit. Hell yeah, especially 50, Cassidy, because like the Smack DVD era, with the mixtapes and all that shit. I grew up in that. I kind of like was not grew up, should I say, but like surrounded around that type of energy, especially since I'm on the East Coast and shit. That's kind of hard. I grew up on like Meek Mill before he was Meek Mill for real, when he was just Dookie Bray Meek Flamers mixtape. Dookie Bray Meek, man, that was our nigga. My father, he was real big on reggae. Like that's not my best genre. Every time I hear it, it's good spirits. You know what I mean? Good vibes. That actually, when every time reggae plays around me, it actually takes me back to my childhood. I was a big Michael Jackson fan growing up. Three songs that come to mind: "Stranger in Moscow," "Who Is It," and "Wanna Be Starting Something." Those are my top three from bro. And like I said, I told you I love heavy metal. I'm actually a Linkin Park fan. I rock with Linkin Park. Like it was back then. Like I still have an appreciation for it, no doubt. But I know back then when they was playing like rock music, especially in forms of media like video games, like movies, action movies especially. That's kind of how I got introduced to that type of music. It was like wrestling and shit. That shit, it goes hard. It gets your adrenaline going. You feel me? School. Oh, honestly, one word that comes to mind. One word is depends. Growing up, I hated school. I was very academically smart, but I just hated school. I never really did well, not because I didn't know what to do. I just didn't feel like doing it. Especially like throughout middle and high school, I didn't really see the point in learning the shit we was learning. Like fuck we using trigonometry for. Like fuck we using like I'm good with consumer math, just like taxes, bills and shit. It's probably the most important math. But I will say this, right? And I always recommend this to like niggas younger to try college out because I went to college. I got a whole degree, as a matter of fact. A lot of people, they don't know what to do once they get out of high school. A lot of people, and I noticed this too, especially in my city, like a lot of people try to like take on these hustles that they see other people doing. Whether it be like they want to rap, whether it be they want to do fashion, it's always one of these two: rapping, fashion, or even for like photography. They think it's easy when it's really not. They try to do the shit. They don't see no progress 3 to 6 months, then they give up and then they just quit. We do have like displaced people. They don't know what they're doing for real. And when people are displaced, I say like if you have that opportunity, try college, bro. Because you might find some people, you might find some influences in college. You might find some people that's kind of like you. You could help get like some inspiration. If I ain't go to college, I don't know. So if you have that resource, if you can try at just one semester, you know what I mean? I just went to community college and I didn't go to no fucking university. Got my associates, got out of there. I was gonna go to like a whole university, but shit happened and I just kind of lost interest. My father was a DJ. I've always had that love and appreciation for music, especially for like the hip hop culture, even the reggae culture a little bit. I've always had that love. My dad actually made beats when I was younger, and I always used to play them shits like every time. I still have his beats in a USB folder to this day. I've always had that love for like making beats and shit, especially like listening to music. I've always loved like the instrumental, like as much as the vocals, even more than the vocals, should I say, because that instrumental, like that shit, it brings out the vocals, it brings out the character in people. The beat carries emotion, if that makes any sense to anybody. Like the beats, it can make you turn up, it can make you feel some type of way, negatively. There's so much power in sound that a lot of people just don't understand. I had GarageBand at 16, right? I was still in high school at the time. I had GarageBand. I tried the shit out. I wasn't really getting nowhere, so I just kind of put it to the side. Like, I can't be no producer, so I'm gonna just be a consumer. I had such a deep love for this shit. Like, I just had to get back to it, so I didn't really pick it back up until literally right after I graduated high school. I just started learning and learning, and eventually I just got good at it, man. I had to watch some YouTube tutorials. I only had GarageBand, and GarageBand didn't really have much at the time. I've made some fucking bangers on that shit, no doubt. You feel me? Because I was real big on Chicago drill. I've always wanted to make a Chicago drill beat, but I never did it for some reason. I don't know why. I think probably because at the time Chicago drill was kind of dying out. When I was growing up, I was listening to like Keith, like old Keith, Dirk, LA, Lil J, yeah, Lil Reese, FBG Duck. That's one of the scenes I grew up with. And I also on the other side, I grew up listening to like I was real deep in the underground too. So I was listening to like Raider Clan, Xavier Wolf, Chris Travis, Bones. Like, I used to be a big Space Ghost Perk fan, Lil B fan. This is one artist that I'm actually kind of working with now. His name's Spooky Lee. Grew up listening to that nigga since like 2015, bro. He got me through a lot, like in middle school and high school. Like he ain't never let me down for real. It comes full circle. I locked in with his producer, Venus 808, right? He did this logo. He did the logo. We just kind of locked in after that. Man, shout out him for real. He got it off the ground. Nah. The only time I ever like rapped was like if we were in a car freestyling, but that's just played. Nah. Nah, that's not me, bro. I ain't gonna shout out to the producers that can rap, that be making them bangers. Cause despite how people think about it, that's not easy. Rap is not easy because rapping, you gotta make sure your shit sound hard. You feel me? Like, trust me, I've worked with a couple people, like, man, like I had to tell them, like, this not it. I ain't hosting that. I'm not gonna mix this. I'm not gonna host that. Like, yo, rapping is not easy. Like, I don't know. That's a common misconception, bro. Cause anybody could just rhyme on the beat, but you gotta make sure it's hard. You gotta make sure that people feel it. You feel me? Like I'm underground through and through. I'm not really too big on like mainstream right now. It don't represent the common nigga like me. That's real. Like you can't argue with that. Mainstream niggas ain't no disrespect, but they try to be all flashy. Try to keep up a certain image and shit. But me, I really grow up like that. You feel me? Like I was more into like like we the common man, we the average nigga. Like we real. Like this is raw and uncut. You feel me? Like, we not putting on no image. We not showing money we don't got. You feel me? Like, this how we live. Like, man, I'm a regular dude. I work a 9 to 5, try to, do what I got to do my responsibilities. I ain't no star. I've always said it's a fine line between underground and independent. You feel me? Some people too big to be considered underground. Like, prime example, I would say, like, X. You remember X, right? RIP X. We crossed over all the way to mainstream despite being so in tune with the underground. I feel like people just because they're not on like a mainstream thing, they just automatically assume underground when in all actuality, yo, like you too big to be underground. You damn near made it. Like Yeet, for example, like you on a Minion soundtrack, bro. I don't think you really underground no more. Like he could be independent, don't get me wrong, but like the Chief part came from big fan of Chief Keef, straight like that. And Shango, because I'm Nigerian, my tribe is I'm Yoruba, right? Shango is the Yoruba god of war, right? The god of thunder and fire. He controls thunder and fire. So that's kind of like my way of paying homage to my culture. That's always gonna be part of me, my Nigerian heritage. How I came up with the name Scapegoat. I'm not gonna lie, I stole that shit from somebody. I was in college. I wanted to do clothes. I wanted to do like a clothing line. We were gonna buy blank hoodies, and we knew these girls that could draw and shit, right? They were just gonna draw on the hoodie. One of the people, he a bitch too. Yeah, nah. If I see him, I just wanna. No, on some road. He thought the name Scapegoat. Shit got changed and they wanted to change the name. I basically asked niggas, so we not doing the name Scapegoat no more? They said no. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm taking that name from whatever I do. I also like the name of that joint because it kind of represents like some of the things I've been through in life. A lot of people that try to point the finger at me for like certain situations that like I really have no control over. And it also kind of goes into like me being like a social reject, like an outcast type of thing. I relate to people like that. So me having this collective name, it represented a lot of us at that time. I prioritize paid drops because you're literally paying for my service. So I'm gonna prioritize that. I'm gonna make sure I make it the best. Probably even get another DJ to co-host it with me. Like you good with me, you know what I mean? I don't tax. Another gimmick about me was when it came to DJing, I've always had the cheapest prices in the underground. An artist could literally shop with me. He could stock up with me, bro. He could get song on song on song with you. Feel me? Like that's how it is. And I wasn't no hoe about it either. So let's say, because I do this too. If you buy a beat off of me and you want me to host it, you get free hosting. I don't tax niggas, especially because you know a lot of niggas don't got money like that. Not even all I know I'm calling niggas, not even all I know I'm calling niggas poor enough, but it's like, yo, we all just regular people living regular lives. Niggas don't got money like that to just be dropping bags on shit or paying $50 to $100 for a drop or $75 for one drop. So I'm like, you know what, man? I was cheap with it. I was dirt cheap with it too. I was doing $10 drops, bro. Anybody could shot with me. Anybody. The importance that us DJs have in the underground, we have a responsibility to hold. Like we have all these artists, all these bangers on our page, all these networks, all these connects, bro. It's our job. We're the middleman. When I did this shit, I finally understood what DJ Khaled does. I finally understood it. Like it's fucking mind blowing. Like we have to facilitate. We are the point guards of this game. We're the point guards. We have to pass the ball. All these artists that like come network with us, come shop with us and shit, we have to make sure their shit gets to the public. It's no different than in the 90s when the rapper was giving the DJ the record to play at the club so people could play the shit. That's our job, you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, we play a real big importance. But also at the same time, we also gotta remember it's still a team effort at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I could push an artist all I want, right? All I can. I could push his song all I want. But if he's not pushing his song, it's kind of a waste of effort. The joint kind of falls through, especially because if I'm hosting somebody that doesn't have like that type of influence to just drop and not promote, yeah, it's going to be a lot harder than me dropping with somebody that, you know, they promote they shit. They don't got to shout me out per se, but like if they do that, that helps me and all other artists that tap in with me. It's a team effort, bro. I don't just kind of like, for me, I'm not like, I don't treat it like as if like I'm up here and they're down here. No, everybody, like we all, yeah, stand with me, bro. Like stand beside me. That's kind of my motive, bro. You either stand beside me or you stand behind me. I remember that. I remember. I was ranting about it last week. I always go on rants on Instagram. That's why some fuck with me because I call out the bullshit that we be looking at. The thing I said about some of these underground like promo pages is promos pages and the news pages, right? They be bullshitting, bro. They say they here for the culture. They say they here for the future, but they're already posted people that had the exposure. That really doesn't do nothing for the culture. It doesn't really do anything for the underground. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, especially with people I work with, like the rappers and producers I work with, I feel like a lot of them deserve the spotlight, you know, because these are all a lot of niggas I'm working with now. They the future. You get what I'm saying? But it's like if you posting people that's already all the way at the top, you know, the tip of the iceberg, you kind of not really doing your due diligence, excuse me, as an underground page. You're not really an underground page. You just cater to like the certain independent artists that's already on their way out the underground. You feel me? And a lot of these underground pages, they posting the same 5 people. Yo, and you supposed to be a news page, right? Like, what's new about this? Like, yo, I've seen some of these underground pages, these underground rap pages, they posting fucking speed sniffing bitches. Was like, yo, why we gotta see this for, bro? Bro, I'm trying to see who's dropping. I'm trying to see who got mixtapes out. I'm trying to see like who's the new up and coming from God knows where. Like, I'm trying to see some new shit. I don't care what Aiden Ross got going on. I don't care what Speed got going on. I don't care what all these mainstream rappers got going on. Not that I'm disrespecting them. I'm not coming to the underground pages for that. If I want to do that, yo, I just go to No Jumper or something. Like some people that they actually are tuned in with mainstream. You supposed to cater to the underground. So do your job and be underground. You know what I mean? If people want to be like a multimedia thing, be that. You know what I mean? If they want to be like just all around, be that. But don't say you underground or don't say you this and you trying to do that. That's like Chris Paul trying to play center. Like he'll point guard. Like what you doing, Sean? Grab boards over, man. That's all it is. These niggas is they be dicking for clout. Like that's all I can sum it up to. They just be dick sucking for clout. That's all. Right now, nothing's original. Anything that's been done has already been done at least once or twice, right? But at the same time, I get what you're saying. Like a lot of these, like a lot of new people, I see artists get called out for that shit all the time. You know, like stealing swag, stealing flows. Shit, a couple producers been stealing beats. As far as like rappers go, especially as little kids, I think we should give like anybody like I cut them some slack because no, because I'll say this because I've seen a couple rappers like that's been in the game for a while. They started off taking people's flows. You know what I mean? Like because a lot of people copy Chief Keef flow. A lot of people I see a lot of people copy Summer's flow. People copy Doo Kane flow. Also, though, at the same time, to copy a blueprint word for word, bar for bar. Yeah, that is kind of corny. And as far as like working with the new generation, I think the problem with like the new generation is I feel like there's plenty of people that try to do this shit for the wrong reasons. Like I said before, people see like the rapping and the producing. They see people have fun. They think, oh, this is easy. It's not easy. This is not no fast bag. I'm trying to tell people this shit ain't for play. Like it's a real shit. I worked hard to get the little following that I have now. I worked hard to get this shit. Like, can't nobody take this shit from me, bro. Like, I worked hard and I'm continuing to work hard as we speaking right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I got too much love. That's why I ask about certain topics. That's why I speak the way I speak. That's why it seems like to some people I care too much. I just want to see like us win. I'll do anything in my power because like I told you, I produce. The radio page was for like the collective. It didn't really go so well. It went well for a little bit, but the energy just kind of died off. It was a lot that went into that. Everybody's doing their own thing, which I guess was for the best. That's why I'm not really too big on like collectives no more. That's not my thing. I don't fuck with. I'm not too big on groups. Being in groups, should I say? There's a couple reasons why I don't like being in groups. For the group of niggas that I was leading, right? I was doing interviews for them. I was actually conducting interviews for some of these niggas. Everybody got a story to tell. Individuality amongst rappers and producers, should I say? It's individuality because on the rapper standpoint, you got all these rappers that all want to sound the same, look the same, want to live the same lifestyle. You want to be like the next man. You feel me? And want to rap like the next man. They want to talk like the next man. They want to dress like the next man. It's terrible, man. Like some of these rappers, man, they gotta just be them, be themselves. You know what I mean? Because there's a couple rappers like you see like you could tell like they're not really they self. They trying to live a life that they seem like the old rappers do. They just want to live that. Like the one year they was doing plug and B beats, they was trying to rap on plug and B beats. The next year they're trying to deepen their voice to do New York drill. You can't try to harmonize a C minor note and then try to talk like you Batman the next day. That don't work. People see that. People see that shit, and it's just like you look crazy. And on the producer standpoint, I feel like people like individuality because especially in the plug and beat thing, like a lot of the beats, don't get me wrong, they sound hard, but they sound the same. Like a lot of people like they be trying to watch like they watch these tutorials and they try to copy the beat pattern, all that, like exact damn near like recreating a beat that they heard. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like the beat, if it's like a simple beat, all right, cool. But I've seen some people damn near steal like melodies and shit. Like, I've seen people actually outright steal melodies and use that shit for themselves. It was fucking terrible. Like people care about numbers way too much, bro. I feel like people be so scared to drop some of the things they drop because they're thinking, oh, I'm gonna flop. Oh, this not that. This what if this doesn't do any views? People care so much about views instead of just dropping. I had somebody in my own group one day like tell me he didn't want to drop with me because he thought it was gonna flop. This is around the time I kind of just started the whole like DJing thing. Yo, they said they thought I was gonna flop because I ain't had no clout. That shit was crazy. Like when I thought about it, like that shit was fucking insane. Like fuck you mean I'm gonna flop? And that's when I like, and it was such a shock to me because like I didn't think niggas cared about numbers that much to really focus on the numbers. Like instead of you just dropping bangers, you care about how many plays it gets in 2 hours. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because like, see me personally, like I don't care if I only get one listener. I'ma still drop because I love doing this shit. I just love sound. I love rap. I love music. Like I love producing. I love creating. Like I love the power I have when I create, bro. Like that's just me. And so for people to like, and I said it ties back to the image. Like some people just they want that image of like, yeah, mad people fuck with me. I'm that dude. It don't really gotta be that they not. It's just that like the fact that they pride themselves on that. Like you could tell, like when all the numbers go away, they just an empty shell of themselves. Yeah. Yeah, like wow, like talk about horrible flop. Like I had a controversial take on it too. I don't know if people agree with that or not. It's not always most of the time. It's not really the DJ's fault if your song flops on the DJ page anyway, because some people's success is different. You know, honestly, to me, like flopping is just when you don't do like your expectancy. You know what I mean? Like because some people's like goal is like 100 plays. Some people's goal is 1,000 plays. Some people's goal is 10,000 plays, bro. I feel like a lot of people try to measure they try to measure up with other people. Like they focus on other people's stats more than their own. Like because I got people on my page, they do 10K plays. People on my page that does 1K plays. People on my page that does 500 plays. That doesn't mean that the song is garbage. Don't get it fucked up. Whoever's listening to this, I drop bangers on bangers on bangers, bro. That's why I got the gem on my brand. I got hidden gems. You feel me? They focus too much on like the image of being that guy instead of just being a guy that works hard. Producers. I'm not gonna lie. There's certain producers that like I fuck with. They go hard, bro. Like Valencio too, Ace Maceo, Brax, Kirk Shawty. I like that dark plug shit. Kirk Shawty, Nutso Thuggin, Rocky Thuggin. Like those two, they when they produce shit, that shit go hard. Like and this one producer I always fuck with. His name's Nostalgia. He do like Dream Plug. Yeah, I ain't like Nostalgia. Yo, he hard. Like that nigga go stupid. Real shit. I love what I do right now. Like I just love producing. Like I just love making without beats with the music shit, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I'd probably be in a different place, both physically and mentally. I love doing that. I'm more into like underground producers. Like I grew up listening to like, Space Ghost Perp, Clams Casino. Who else, man? Like I was just big on like that scene. Yeah, like the cloud rap scene. Perp Dog, like that was another producer I fucked with. It was just a lot, bro. I'm more into like that underground sound. That's what helps my mental. That's me. Don't get me wrong, it is a derivative of plug for real, but my plug, it don't sound like other people's plug. You know what I mean? Like you try to compare it to somebody else's. Some people might not even say it's plug for real anymore, but like I have drums I use, it's a plug influence. Plug music already sounds like it's like coming out of like a Nintendo game, right? My version of plug, like you could really like score a video game this shit, especially like a fighting game. Yeah, like the real Mexico Dro plug, like Dro cool, stupid cool or stupid fool, however you pronounce it. It's stupid cool. Okay, I hope you don't whoop my ass for that. But yeah, that's like plug. That's like that real organic USDA 100% certified plug. Like mine, other people's, it's like derivatives, and we have our own influences, our own style. My virtual plug is like I said, like it sounds like it's straight out of like a fighting game, like a Capcom game. You know what I mean? Like Street Fighter types. Yeah, like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, that sort of thing. Like you could really put Mob in the back of like a video game, like as an official soundtrack. Now I don't want to say typical. It's not like the typical plug. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? It helps to differentiate the sound because my brother, I consider him like a brother to me in this music shit. Valencio too, right? He has Bombe plug, and if you hear his plug, it sounds like nobody else's shit. Nobody can do what he do. It still has a plug influence, and a lot of plug artists they'll get on that shit. You feel me? Some of the drums are similar because we're all influenced by the plug sound. All our shit is influenced by the plug sound. You could trace it back to the original plug creators, the OG plug. You could trace that shit back, but it's just like the way our shit sound. It don't sound like that typical plug. You know what I mean? That's why like there's Bombe plug, there's Dark plug, Dream plug. Nostalgia's Dream plug is like I said, can't nobody do what he do. I'm not saying nobody could do what I do. It's just that this my shit. You know what I mean? I started this. If you try to do what I do, somebody gonna know it's me. Like you feel me? I influence that shit. Somebody gonna know that's me. And if I try to do what Valenti O2 does, somebody gonna recognize his sound. And what makes it like kind of like our sound is like we had this conversation before. Like a lot of them industry producers, they produce the same shit. You take their tag off, it's just a regular beat. You don't know whose beat it is. Nah, unless it's Pierre. Yeah, Pierre, he a different. With me, right? If you take my tag off my beat, you gonna know it's still my beat because the way I produce, I have my way of producing. And it's apparent in everything I put out. Valencio too has his own way of producing. If you take his tag off his beat, you try to steal his beat, yo, the people are gonna know that's still Valencio too, no matter what. Same with Nostalgia. You take Nostalgia's tag off his beat, you gonna know that's a Nostalgia beat regardless because of the way he produced. That's why we have our own genres of plug. it also helps that like if you differentiate the sound, let's say you're a rapper and you're looking for a certain sound to plug, type in the name and there you go. Now you had that exact sound that you want. Instead of just saying, oh, I want this plug, but not that plug, not that plug, but that plug. No, we have names for our shit. Bomb plug, Virtua plug, Dream plug, dark plug and B. It's different things. You know what I mean? Like going to the ice cream shop, you got different flavors. You can't just go in there and ask, oh, I want ice cream, that ice cream, not that ice cream. No, you got, your chocolate, vanilla, chocolate chip, all that. You know what you want. You providing the flavors to this shit. Third thing I think is missing. A lot of these like rappers and producers, they don't like to pay shit forward. They like to play spectator. Spectator. What I mean by that is kind of like they fuck with you, right? A lot of people that's bigger than you, they fuck with you. Since you're not at a certain, they up here, you down here. Since you're not at a certain level for real, they try to keep like that distance between them and you. Like it almost feels weird for them to fuck with somebody lower than them. They'll big up somebody much bigger than them. They'll dick ride another nigga that's a lot bigger than them. But when it comes to actually showing love to the next generation, like I said, paying it forward, that's one of my biggest pet peeves of this whole underground shit. A lot of niggas, they keep trying to maintain that image. Like they try to treat people below them as like peons, but like you a regular nigga too. These niggas be phony as shit, talking about like they this, they that, they get all this money. Like, bro, they don't even gotta be broke. They like we just know you're not living like you say you are. That's all it is, y'all. Because people that they see at the same level, they always treat them as competition. Yeah, like flame emojis all over the dude. Nuts. Like, fuck, bro. Like that bitch ass producer page. I'm gonna tell you how it all went down. This producer, his name of Pinnacle, right? First of all, I found out he's not even white, he's Middle Eastern. It doesn't make a difference. You're not black. That's first and foremost. Not that it's a bad thing, but it helps me get my point across. But this is what grinds my gears, bro. He tweeted, "You cannot afford creative block in today's fast-paced music industry. People are beating you every day due to your lack of speed." Like, what do you mean due to your lack of speed? Like, why I gotta mass produce 100 beats a day? Like, what are you talking about? And then he gonna say, and your excuse is you're not feeling it. Let me show you what your favorite creatives are doing when you're not doing what you're doing. Like, that's what he said. I basically said, it's always these white producers pushing these stupid creative protocols. I probably should have been a little more specific with that tweet. I'm gonna keep it a bean, even more specific than a race, because what I meant by that was like you always get these suburban ass white producers who are not tapped in with the culture, mind you, trying to impose these rules on us. Like, this is not your culture. You a guest in our culture. You feel me? Especially if you wasn't raised in the culture. You a suburban guy that's benefiting off of our hard work. White creatives in the rap scene in general. There's always those certain white guys, like they're trying to talk for us, like telling us what we should be doing. I'm not saying that they can't have opinions. I'm not saying that they can't be in a culture. I'm not even saying that they can't give advice. Advice is encouraged around this way. Sure. When you saying like you cannot afford to do this or this is what you should be doing, that's where I like, yo, like who the fuck are you? Like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. How that tweet went popular, this fucking producer page, bro. Yo, this shit happened within 45 minutes. I posted the tweet and then I see on Instagram this producer news page. They follow me on Instagram and I seen they tagged me on something, right? This is all in the span of 45 minutes. I was playing Overwatch while this all went down. Yo, the headline is Chief Shango has something to say to white producers. And I'm just like, you can't be serious, bro. Like, they got my whole tweet in the Instagram post. This bitch, he uses light mode. That told me all I need to know about him when the post went viral was you see all these suburban white producers. They're kind of like, oh, they're calling me all types of racists. You got no industry placement, so what do you know? All these white guys hop in my DMs like, wow, dude, you're such a fucking racist, bro. Like, I can't. Yo, real shit. Coons, coons, because they know what the fuck I was trying to say, but they want to be on that. Dude, it's not about race, bro. Like, tripping, bro. Nigga, you know what's going on, bro. Like, you trying to impress people, bro. But you know, they all industry producers. Like I told you, they got like these places like Broadway, Trippy Red. So they gotta protect their image. They scared. They can't say too much, or else that little cash, that residue flow that they got, cut. They gotta protect their image. It's that certain demographic of white too. Like it ain't the white people. It ain't the white people like DJ Band or like Fled 1K that's really tapped in with the culture. They actually show love to the community. No, it's these suburban ass producers. They ain't never seen the hood. Ain't never been in no trenches. They don't live nowhere near any type of gas stations. Ain't no Popeyes down the street. None of that, bro. They live in the hills. You know, dad buy them everything they want. They don't gotta work a job. Man, I'm gonna give him a name right now. I hope this stays in the video. The Internet Money Rejects. Yeah, the nigga Cody. He made a plug and beat called it an NBA YoungBoy type. He did the whole like, right. What's wrong with you, cornball? Like, come on, man. Like, it's the Internet Money Rejects, bro. Those were the type of white people that was upset about that. Those were the type of people I was talking about. All the, the white guys that are cultured, they show love to the community. That wasn't towards them. They know. They know I rock with them. You feel me? It was just towards the guys that like they just not tapped in like they say they is. That's all. Keep that shit in the video. Like I want people to see that. Double down on that. I stand on my 10 toes with that statement. You feel me? I'm not saying they can't be in the culture. I'm not saying they can't give advice. But when you up here telling me what people should be doing in their own culture, I'm gonna break it down to you like this, right? That's like me being a chef, right? It's like me going to Gordon Ramsay and telling him how the fuck he should run his restaurant. Gordon Ramsay would fuck me up if I did that. Like, like he bust me up the head with a spatula or something if I did that. Like, I could show appreciation. I could give him advice, but for me to tell him how to run a restaurant, how he should cook his meals, I'm a little crazy. That's like you being a D1 college player and you telling Allen Iverson how to play basketball. You get kicked out the gym immediately. Once you start trying, like, this is what you should be doing, that's when we have problems. That's all I'm saying. But like what's a fair point about it though? It's like they consume this shit the most. Who do you see in concerts mostly? A lot of times white people outnumber black people like 15-1. It's insane. Like, and especially like back in the day, like when we was coming up, like album sales and shit, most of that's white people. Niggas don't buy music. We just find a way to get that joint for free. Like, but when it comes to like real rap, like not everybody got it like that. But when it comes to like sales, it's the white demographic, the suburban white male demographic that pays for everything. I'll give them that. At least they support financially. But as far as like culture wise, I'm not looking to no suburban white boy for answers. The last thing I want to talk about is money. People doing like free work versus paid work. I personally don't mind doing free work. This is not an invitation. Come in my DM and try to force me to do free shit. But let that be known now. This is not an invitation to just come in my DM and just try to be like, yo, bro, work with me. You said you do free work. I don't mind doing free work, especially if I see something special we could do, or I've been fucking with you for the longest. Like, it's now working out of the passion. A lot of people see doing shit for free as a negative thing. It's a positive and a negative thing, because in a negative thing, like, I'm not getting paid. You know what I mean? And times is hard, nigga. Like, we gotta eat. So I'll definitely appreciate if you pay me. If you pay me to do the work, I'm gonna have even more of an incentive to work with you, because it shows you're serious. Like, you really want to get this done. And like I said, I don't tax. I got the cheapest price in the underground as a DJ. If not, at least one of the cheapest, bro. I won't tax you. I do deals, bundles. If you buy beats off of me, you get free hosting. Like, come shot with me, bro. Come fuck with me. Producers, rappers, DJs, we're all artists. This is our art. When you do free work, especially when it comes out good, you're adding to your portfolio. When you get them big opportunities in the future, you have something to show somebody so they could believe in you, invest in you, all type of shit. You feel me? That's really what it is about free work. That's my message to anybody watching this interview, all the fans, all the listeners, anybody that want to get into doing what I'm doing, anybody that needs help. Free work, it ain't bad. It adds to your portfolio. At the same time, they also got to respect your time, respect your effort. So, I'm gonna drop some bread. So I love playing video games. Like, if people listen to my beats, like, follow my career, I'm a big like video game head. If I'm not at work or working on music, I'm probably on a game just at peace. I like watching like anime. I was real big on like kung fu movies. I'm a huge Jackie Chan and Jet Li fan. Grew up on that. I love animation. I went to college. It was media production. So it's like TV, radio, like studios, like all type of shit. I love camera work. I like to take pictures, shoot videos for people. I love doing that. That's another hobby of mine that I like to indulge in. It's so much positive energy when I take a picture. I like to capture the moment. That's like my main thing. I'm working on Scapegoat Sounds Volume 2. It's another entry in this project series that I'm working on. It's just different artists, all on my beats, executive produced by me, different artists, different producers that co-produce it. Just to showcase the new wave. It's not even like I'm trying to put something out. It's like a connecting. It's a whole like network. Here is the next generation of rappers. Here are some new producers you will like. Even the rappers, they don't really know. Some of them don't even know each other like that. It's a way for them to connect as well. That's my thing for making Scapegoat Sounds Volume 1 and 2. It's just to put people out there, bring everybody together. Yeah, so I could just, I'm gonna be like the fucking, because I'm 23. I'm 2 years off of 25. And 25 is like it's like the rap version of being an old head. I'm gonna just be the grumpy old man that just talk about all the problems. You know what I mean? You, you fucking youngsters. You can expect me to drop more beats, drop more songs for people. Definitely be active in the culture, active in the scene a lot. You'll see a lot more of me. You'll hear a lot more from me. We gonna take this shit to the next level and beyond, man. 2022 and beyond, or actually 2023. Next year's the year. But we taking this as far as we can fucking take it, bro. We not stopping.